Brothers and sisters, I'm Jesse with Living Tree Community Foods, and today we are privileged and delighted to tell you about our four-part or four-path program towards wellness, vivacity, and healing. And it comes to you on the basis of our 40 years of experience in growing and in growing living foods and processing living foods and so forth. We've been doing this for over 40 years now. This is our anniversary, by the way. And it is a result of our being a part of the live food movement for decades. It's a distillation of the essence of raw foods and what we've learned from going to many seminars, even international symposia and so forth on living foods. And this is what we've distillated, what we have boiled down, what we think is the essence and the main ideas, the main concepts that we have picked up over these decades. So the first thing we'd like to bring to your attention are green drinks. And to my mind, nothing is as healing, nothing is more conducive of wellness and a feeling of well-being than a green drink. And all it is in a blender. A blender, you fill the blender with spring water and then you add parsley, lettuce, kale, celery, wish chard. You blend, you partake of it right then and there, and it will impart an extraordinary vivacity, an extraordinary, and it will heal every single part of your body. So I have a green drink for breakfast, and I have one for dinner most every evening. Of course, I have other fruits, dried fruits, nuts and seeds, and whatever. So one of the pillars of our business is a green drink, and we feel privileged, brothers and sisters, to show you in detail just how to go about doing it. And we're going to be starting by making an almond milk base for the green drink. So I'll start with some Mountain Valley water, my favorite since 1871. You can't argue with that. So we'll put in, let's say 2 cups of Mountain Valley water, the best there is. And then we're going to do a tablespoon of our Alive Organic almond butter made right here in Berkeley, California. So here we have our Alive Organic almond butter, the pillar of our business. And we're going to put a heaping tablespoon. Now here we go. Let's give this a whirl. So we have our almond milk base. We're going to add some magnificent chard. We'll add some chard. This is so beautiful, so vibrant. It's been grown locally, but of course, so we'll another yellow chard. Alive Organic kale, some cloves of garlic. Why not? We'll slice. We'll give them a slice. And now we're going to supercharge the drink. How will we go about that? Can you guess? With the sweetgrass. So here we have, we're going to supercharge the green drink with with vivacity, with a clump of a live wheatgrass. Let's put that in just like that. And last but not least, an avocado. Let's give it a scoop of avocado. Avocado simply makes the green drink, simply makes it taste wondrously. So, and gives it magnificent texture and smoothness. And that's it. At Living Tree Community, we look upon intermittent fasting as a royal road to health. It is an integral part of healthy living, a magnificent way to reset, to press the reset button, and to recreate yourself. I myself fast most every Sunday night through Tuesday morning, a fast of 36 hours. It is a great way to start the week. It enables the body to switch from burning sugar to burning as its primary fuel, to burning fats as its primary fuel. In particular, coconut oil, olives, butter, eggs, avocados, and nuts. And I might say that in particular, macadamias are a magnificent source of healthy fat. So for 36 hours at the start of every week, I fast on water. It is a wondrous way to get oneself spiritually and physically, to get oneself together and to gather one's energies and resources to go forward in the coming week. Remember, however, that the most important part of a fast is properly coming off it. We recommend breaking your fast on freshly made juices, particularly carrot juice, spring water, and herbal tea, as well as juicy fruits and melons are wonderful for coming off a fast. Another thing, try to avoid or resist the temptation to gorge yourself. That can undo all the good that you've done throughout the fast. So try to avoid that. Moderation in all things, please. May I say that fasting is not for everyone. If you're hypoglycemic or diabetic, you need to be extra cautious. Pregnant or nursing mothers should also avoid fasting. The third element of our fourfold way is vigorous exercise. And I have found that one way to do this is through martial arts. Whether you like it or not, martial arts are very, very conducive to getting your act together, especially if you're out there with an opponent. You had better train, you had better practice, you had better exercise, you better have your act together. So here I am, yours truly, engaging in capoeira, Afro-Brazilian martial art. And now, brothers and sisters, we come to the truly fun part of our fourfold program, and that's gardening. Growing your own food has become a necessity. As we say time and time again, if you are concerned about the food you eat, you have got to grow at least a part of your food yourself. It's become a necessity. It's also become a survival skill. It's no exaggeration to say, and the headlines in any newspaper will bear me out on this, that we are poised on the brink of a disaster. So therefore, it's more important than ever before to connect with this American earth. It's more important than ever before to go out into your backyard and turn it into a biodynamic, French-intensive garden, to go ahead and dig up your front yard and turn it into a fruit orchard, or go ahead and plant potatoes in your front garden. Your neighbors will never figure it out. But it's become a necessity. Read the headlines in today's newspaper. So let's, and of course, if you don't have the privilege of having your own garden, we urge you to join a community garden. Here it is, early spring. There's so much you can do, even in the privacy of your kitchen. Right now, you can start your garden for spring. Get some pottings, go to any nursery, get some good organic potting soil, fill up a tray, and here you go. We feel privileged, brothers and sisters, to show you in this video the becoming, the onset, the beginnings of our garden for springtime. So we're going to be starting right now with some seeds, and basically the rule is the larger the seed is, the more helpful it is to soak the seed overnight. So I'm going to start with some cilantro seeds. Cilantro is, as you know, is also known as Mexican parsley. It's a fragrant, magnificent, fragrant herb, and we're going to be starting. It's also known as coriander. So we're going to be starting with some cilantro seeds, which I've soaked overnight. And then we're going to be doing some spinach seeds. These are seeds for a wonderful heirloom variety of spinach. And we're going to put those out right there like that. So spinach seeds. Also, it's a rather large seed. I've given it a help by soaking the seed overnight. And then we're going to be doing some Swiss chard seeds. And this is a wonderful, also an heirloom variety of Swiss chard. We're putting that down too. Okay. And now I'm going to spread the seeds out, covering them slightly. Spreading the seeds out. And here we go. Now let's go on. Let's go on to some wonderful lettuce seeds, but of course, and we're going to try a Cimarron lettuce, an heirloom variety. Cimarron lettuce. We've sown it. Now we're going to do Forellenschloss lettuce. This is a spotted lettuce from Austria, and now an Amish deer tongue lettuce. And part of the satisfaction and joy of growing your own food is to use heirloom varieties. And there are some great seed companies out there that are such a pleasure to work with. I've got these from the Seed Savers Exchange, and they are dedicated to bringing back heirloom varieties from all over the world. So here's an Amish deer tongue lettuce. Okay. And then a speckled, an old-time American variety called speckled lettuce. You could see the wonderful photo on the seed packet, also from the Seed Savers Exchange. What about an endive? An endive is a close cousin of lettuce. It's very hardy, very robust, makes very conducive to magnificent salads. So here's an endive, and that's it, brothers and sisters. That's it. We've got to get back, hands and feet in the soil. We've got to give back to this American earth. So go ahead, in your kitchen, you have a bucket for every vegetable scrap, a bucket for paper scrap, a bucket for glass, a bucket for plastic and whatever, but it's the bucket for vegetable scraps that you're going to dump out periodically into your compost pile, which is an organ of digestion for your garden. We hear so much about climate change. Well, let's do something very, very real and very, very immediate. By Vivify, there's nothing more important than we can do, if you're concerned about that, than by bringing fertility back to this American earth. When I read the newspapers, when I listen to the radio, when I look on YouTube, what do I see but all these stories about the hysteria that has seemed to have gripped this country. Each one of us has got to stand up and be counted. We've got to be forthright, clear, grounded, and centered. Work with neighbors and friends to bring back vivacity, to restore fertility to this American earth. Join a community garden, bring back your backyard and your front yard, and rejoice. Rejoice in what we have been given, and rejoice in what we can be. Thank you, brothers and sisters. It's been a privilege to share with you.